Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. Monday Night Football action. We've got Atlanta at Green Bay. Brian, you look at the Atlanta Falcons. They're out of that weak division. We all make fun of the NFC South. They are 3-1 in their last 4, but I'm not ready to be punching a playoff ticket for the Falcons yet, because the 3 wins came against Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Arizona. Tampa Bay's a bad football team. Carolina, they can't get out of their own way, literally. And Arizona right now, although they were a good team, since Carson Palmer got hurt, the offense has not been able to do anything the last couple weeks, so Atlanta's got the advantage of they haven't faced a good offense in a month. And now they got to face the Green Bay Packers. Although they are coming off a very satisfying win, given where they're at in the division, in the race they're in with the Lions and stuff, they can't afford to look past anybody.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons, I had Arizona last week. I thought it'd be a nice bounce-back situation. I was completely wrong in that game. Atlanta played a great game. They did it without their top receiver, and they still played a terrific football game. I was completely wrong, but that game was at home. And when you look at Atlanta, and they are at home, they're a pretty good football team. When they are on the road, you cannot say the same thing. This Atlanta team, talk about not being able to get out of their own way. This is a team on the road that's been that way all season long.
Right, and they're going to be playing a night game, a dome team in Lambeau. Talk about cold.
I believe it'd be cold weather there.
Yeah, it could, usually, yeah. Cleveland and Lambeau,
December,
sometime, yeah. We look at Green Bay, and although they've been a scoring machine the last several weeks, last week they got slowed down on the scoreboard, not on the stat sheet, because they put up nearly 500 yards of offense against what was surprisingly a good New England defense so far this year. New England been playing a lot better, but again, it's very easy to play when you got big leads. Defense, because you can abandon the run, you pin your ears back, and you come after the quarterback. But Green Bay went up and down the field. They just were settling for some field goals last week that made their total points total a lot less than it's been in the previous weeks. I don't see them having that problem this week against this Atlanta defense.
No, when you take a look at Atlanta's stats, they're really bad. But when you take a look at Atlanta's strength of schedule, they have not played good offenses all season long. Now they're playing against the hottest offense in the NFL. If you don't like laying the 12 points here, you don't like playing the over, play the Packers points over, because they're going to be able to move the ball, as you point out, it will. And barring turnovers, which just don't happen. I think I had heard that the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, what's the
discount double check
guy? That's what it was. I was also doing the
You
pump.
should know that. If there's anybody that knows about discounts, it would be you.
That's right. I wrote it.
Yeah.
The pump you up guy also. Yeah. But anyway,
you don't know anything about that.
I think he's got like a 36 straight touchdowns, no interceptions at home. It's incredible how well he's played it.
Well, and this is the key, too. Talk about Atlanta's success, and we talked about they faced some bad quarterbacks and bad offenses recently. Part of the success that Atlanta's had is the last 2 games they've had 6 turnovers, okay? Green Bay doesn't turn the football over. In the last 4 games, Green Bay has 1 turnover, period, in 4 games. So they're not going to beat themselves. I'm looking at this, and I got to admit, this may be the squarest play that I've ever given out on a video, but sometimes it is what it is. And there's only one way to bet the game. And I'm looking at it, yeah, I agree with the Green Bay side, lay the points, but I think it's even better to look at the over. Because if Green Bay does have any kind of letdown from last week, that was a big game against New England, let's face it. I think you're going to see the letdown come on the defensive side of the football. The offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. The defense played very well to shut down Tom Brady and frustrate him for most of that game. If they're feeling, and use my phrase I like to use, fat and sassy, that's where I think you're going to see maybe a little bit of lackadaisical play. In Atlanta, if they just get me 17 to 20 points in this game, we're over the total, because I see Green Bay scoring 40.
I think this being on Monday Night Football kind of lessens the letdown situation here.
It does. I will definitely give you that, but it's New England was pretty satisfying of a win last week.
It was a big win.
You know, and it was the marquee 4 o'clock game, and it wasn't Monday Night Football, but next to Sunday night and Monday night, that marquee 4 o'clock game is the next biggest watch.
And you talked in a previous video about teams needing wins. Green Bay, they haven't clinched anything yet.
No,
this team still needs to win.
You know, both teams need to win, but we're talking about serious contender, Green Bay. They know they need to try to get games at home for the playoffs. They can't afford to lose them because they're not the same team on the road either. Lambeau Field's a tough place to go, and you want to get some of these teams coming in there in January when it's going to be even colder. So I'm going to go ahead and say take the over. I see this game 61 points or more. I just don't see how Atlanta contains Green Bay, and I think Atlanta, and the only way I see not getting this total really is if somehow the Green Bay defense tosses a shutout in this game. I think Atlanta will get us enough points to get us to the over. I know Green Bay is going to do more than their share. So I'm going to go ahead for Monday Night Football, take it over. And if it's Monday night, guys, you know we always tell you Tuesdays at wagertalk.com. It's $2 Tuesday. You can get our featured capper of the day, his best bet, for just $2. We do this every Tuesday. We pick a capper, and we'll give you his best bet that day. Also want to tell you, check out at Wager Talk. We just launched our new forums. Soft launched it this week. We totally revamped the forums, and we're excited about it. We've got some big news coming about the forums. You're going to hear about that in a later video, but we're going to give you an offer. Go to the new forums. If you make 20 forum posts, just send your username to support@WagerTalk. Tell them you made 20 posts. As soon as we confirm that, we'll put $20 in your account. You can spend any way you want on the site. That's our thank you for trying out the new forums. That's it for this week. He is Brian Leonard. I am Marco D'Angelo. We'll be back next week taking a look at more college and pro games for you. Be more pro now because college is going to be heading to the bowl games, but we'll start breaking down some of the bowls as well. And fun time of the year for the playoff drives and getting to bowl season. I know I look forward to it every year. All right, see you next week, guys.